Hello dear friends, thank you for coming. Today we're making a gift box for greeting cards. These are the measurements that we're going to use for cutting and scoring. And this is the final product. So I made it very basic, very simple. And the only thing that I decorated was the strap that is around the box. I made it in a way that it slides off. Now let's open it and we can see that we can place our greeting cards with envelopes. With between 6 and 8 greeting cards will fit in here. And the regular size for the envelopes, it's the A2, which is about a quarter folder cardstock size. So let's begin. So we have here our cutting measurements, and also we have our scoring measurements. I measured them from bottom to top so I won't make mistakes here. But I use my Cricut machine for this one, and I also made an SVG file for you guys, for those that have cutting machines, and I will give you the link to go and download it. So let's proceed. Let's see, we're seeing where we're gonna place our scoring lines. So again, they go over there. So now I'm gonna use a scoring board. I like the scoring board. It has all the measurements on the side, so I just can go look at my paper and see what are the measurements and go on and do those. Of course, my Cricut machine already scored it for me. I'm just showing it. So if you don't have a Cricut machine or scoring part, then you can do this using your scoring board. Okay, so here we go. We're going to do this, and we're gonna do the same thing with the bottom. So we already cut following the measurements. We are going to do now that scoring line, okay, and all those others on the side. So remember to look at the measurements, and here we go. So let's do the one on the top first. Okay, and please don't push your scoring bone too hard, so you want to avoid to cut the cardstock as you're using it. So here we go, we do the other side. Be sure that we are in the right slot, and we're almost done. Let me go again just in case. Remember not to push it too hard. Okay, if we don't have a cutting or scoring board, so we can use a ruler, a bone folder, and you are all set. Always being very careful with the measurements. Okay, so let's go. I'm just pretending at this point because I already scored it with my scoring board. I just wanted to show it to you that you can do it without your Cricut machine and without a scoring board. Okay, same thing on the other side. When we are done with the scoring part, we're going to fold it on the scoring lines. So 1 and 2 on that side, and you can see that, and 1 and 2 on the other side. Likewise, there you go, like so. Okay, now we're gonna do the same thing with our top. We already scored it, so we're just gonna fold it. So here we have 3 scoring lines. I did the one in the bottom, now 2 on the top, and we are ready. Now what we need to do is to glue that flap that we see, that the one from the bottom of that and the one from the top on the other side. So, and you want them to match on the folding lines. So I'm adding glue to that part. You can use any glue you want. I just like to use that particular one. It's a Tombow. So be sure that the folding lines match, and we'll let it dry. And we're gonna do the same thing with those flaps on the side. We're gonna put some glue and put them on that flat side. So I'm gonna go again with my glue. You can use, as I said, any glue. Some people like to use those tape runners. They're really good. I just like this one in particular. Anyway, so once we apply the glue, we get all the sides together. You see, be sure that you don't leave any spaces open. Very sure that everything goes to each other. And we proceed to do the same thing on the other side. We want it all the sides to match. We don't want to leave any angle part in here. So we let it dry, and once it's dry, it's ready. Now it looks like a pocket, and we can put our greeting cards inside. And again, you can use any A2 size for these specific measurements that I'm using. And we're done. Now let's decorate it a little bit. This is for a birthday girl, and she likes to give also birthday cards to her friends. So I'm using a paper crimper. I haven't used mine for a long time. I'm using a paper strip of 14 inches by 2.5 inches long, wide, sorry. And I added, since my paper goes only until up to 12 inches, I added the same scratch paper that I had from my cuts. Anyway, so we're gonna wrap it, and again, remember, I like it a little loose so I can slide it up and down. I'm gonna put my glue here once it's dry, so you know, we can see and look, it's sliding, it's not glued to the box. And then let's decorate. I'm using here some Macrame Cord for this to make it look a little rustic. And I'm gonna make a bow. At this point, you know, you make your bow and you can add a sentiment, a tag with a sentiment, any one you like. Here we go. Let's make a bow. It doesn't need to be a fancy bow, just a bow. And you can use any cord, if you want a ribbon, you can use ribbon, anything you want. So I already stamped and cut this cute fella over the fence. And also, I forgot to tell you, in the back of this fella, I put some foam dots to give a little dimension. I put it on. Then I also have a little birthday hat that I would like to put on my puppy. And we are ready. So you can see this one is for a birthday, for a birthday girl. And the other one I have is to give a present for Mother's Day for a friend too. So as simple as it is, you don't need to make extra things. So thank you for visiting here. And please don't forget to give us a like in our Facebook page. And don't forget also to subscribe to our channel. Thank you so much, and I will see you. Bye-bye.